Hey guys, Lunar here, welcome back to another Fallout 4 console mod showcase video for Xbox One and PlayStation 4 console mods on Fallout 4. Today we're going to be taking a look at the top 10 mods for your settlements, and this is kind of a three-part video. It included the previous video, which was the Decorations and Furniture expansion pack, which we looked at in the last one. It adds in over 200 new items to your settlement, so I thought that mod was really cool and it deserved kind of its own video. Today we're going to be looking at top 10 mods for settlements, so that's just things that add in just stuff to all settlements. And the next video, it's probably going to be more than 10, but I'll try to round it down to 10. It'll be top 10 items for you to add to kind of your build menu in your workshop. Okay, so there's loads of cool things that are craftable in the game, and I want to add them into the next video. But in this one, we're going to be looking at top 10 mods for settlements. But hey guys, before you do that, please check out my new channel art and let me know what you think. I was just messing around yesterday on Photoshop while I was playing Overwatch, you know, just like in the times where you're waiting for games to load and stuff. And it actually turned out really cool, so let me know what you think of that. Also, are you guys excited as I am for the new Skyrim remastered coming out later this year? And there will be console mods for that as well. Pretty similar. I think it says it's just going to be exactly the same style as the Fallout ones. So I'm definitely going to be making videos for that later in the year. And with all that out of the way, let's get straight into this video. And I'm actually just going to do this in the order of the way they are in my load order. So from top to bottom, okay? And I'm not going to showcase all of these in-game because some of them don't require you to in-game to understand what they are. And the first one up is unlimited building. And it's not really loading up the picture there, but we can still read what it says. It says, this mod changes how much of a build budget you have for your settlement. And you can see there, it has a number of 2147483646. I'm not sure exactly what the limit is before this, but I assume it's nowhere near that. So basically, it tells you that you will never run out of space for your build, and you will never reach the build limit with this mod. You don't have to do anything, you just have to activate it and it will work automatically. And you'll no longer have to do the glitch with the workshop where you have to place down guns and put them back into the workshop menu to reduce your build limit. So I found that was a really cool mod to begin with, and it's definitely very useful for me, especially when I build really big builds in Fallout. So mod number 2 is this one here. It's called Settlement Borders Extended, and this one's actually a really cool mod. I want to go over a little bit about this one because I did have problems with it, but we'll just read it a little bit. It says it aims to expand all the build areas to at least 6 times the size of all the settlements. So basically, the borders of the build limit are now increased. It says here that the original border lines are still there, but you can actually build outside of them now, okay? And you can enter your workshop outside of them, and we will see that in game in just a second. But before I go over that, I just want to let you know that I did have problems installing this mod, hence the reason why I make these videos for you guys, so you don't have to have these problems. And I had to actually uninstall every single mod. I had to delete every single mod I had installed. There was like 30 of them I think I had at the time, and I had to start a brand new game, and I had to put in this mod first. I can't tell you whether this mod is the one that broke it or whether it didn't work because I previously had a different mod that kind of broke the game, but even deleting all of the mods, it did not help this mod and it wouldn't work at all. So I had to start a brand new game and start again with all the mods. So if you're going to use this mod, make sure that it works first, and if it doesn't, unfortunately, you might have to start a brand new game. But if you do, make sure you install this one first, and I did, with the next 10 mods, install them one at a time and check that they still worked, and everything was okay. So put this mod in first. Okay guys, so we're here back in game. It's just before morning, so it's a bit dark, but we can still see. And you can see here we have the edge right here of our build limit, right here in Sanctuary. So you shouldn't be able to go outside of here in your workshop, and you shouldn't be able to build outside of this line. But you can see now that you can easily walk past this limit. And due to one of the mods I have, it doesn't let me build on this bridge for some reason. It just goes straight through. But you can, in fact, build outside of the build limit. And according to the mod, you can now go 6 times the distance of your build limit. So you should be able to go quite far away. You can see, like, if we just wander around, you'll get all the way to Red Rocket there. You can go all the way over to those hills and you will still be able to build. So now you can build outside the build limit. You can make your settlements much bigger, and you might even be able to join 2 settlements together like Red Rocket and Sanctuary, okay? You could just make one really big settlement. Obviously you'll be limited by how much your console can actually handle all of the building, but it'd still be able to add in some really cool builds. Just in case you're wondering, guys, I did check to see if you could build outside the limit in one of the cheat room areas. You know, like there have workshops in them and you can build in them like you saw in the last video. And it doesn't expand to those. So you're kind of stuck for those and you have to build inside the limit in the cheat room. Alright, next up we have Coloured Workshop Lights. This adds 8 craftable variants of the Industrial Wall Light, Spotlight, Street Light, High-Tech Lights, Wasteland Workshop Lights, and Hanging Light Bulbs. They come in basic red, green, blue, yellow, orange, purple, warm white, and cool white. There's also 6 variants of the 4 main models of High-Tech Lights and of the Spotlight turrets. This means there are a total of 118 brand new lights for the 1.8 version, and you can achieve many subtle colour variants by combining them. So this is a really cool mod, one that I've been looking most forward to since I heard mods were coming to console, because I always was jealous that my settlements weren't quite as cool as ones on PC, specifically because they had coloured lights. Alright, once in game, to actually get this mod you'll have to go all the way to your crafting menu and build a chem station. I'm not quite sure why we have to do this, so it's a bit strange, but okay. Go into the craft and head all the way down to utility, and you'll see you'll be able to craft a brand new magazine called Bright Ideas. You'll need one piece of cloth. So you can exit the station and open that up. And we're going to take a look to see where that is. So we go into your junk, or rather your inventory miscellaneous, and you can see the Bright Ideas is right there, okay? So what you'll be able to do now, you will see if you go into your build menu, you go all the way to lights under power, and just head all the way along to the end, okay? And you will have a brand new option for loads of different colored light bulbs, okay? So it's as simple as that. So we've got a blue one there. I'm just going to quickly get out a generator and we will place that down, and we need a power switch here to light this up. So we can connect that, and you can see you now have colored lights in your settlement. It's going to completely change the way that you see your settlement. So it's really cool and definitely one of my favorite mods in the game. The next 2 mods are all to do with settlers, and it just kind of makes them a bit more useful and a bit more easy to get along with and understand in the game. Okay, the first one's called Don't Call Me a Settler, and it assigns names, jobs, and tools to your settlers. It says here the next version will add 200 plus new settlers, and it's going to be released this week, so we will get the update for that. But right now, it will automatically assign a real name to your settlers. The names are appropriate for different genders. It will dynamically assign a job title for settlers, so farmer, scavenger, doctor, etc. It allows you to change your in-game gender ratio settings, so how many male and female settlers that you will get. It will give you in-game settler protection tweaks. It also has an Xbox One exclusive feature, which says here it will automatically increase the settlement's maximum budget if you reach the size limit of a settlement. You can have around like 30 settlers, I think, if you have maximum charisma. The increment is not a very huge number, only about 30% over the current budget, and will automatically decrease if necessary. And finally, it adds the settlement toolbox, you can see here. And this comes with a whole bunch of features which we can't really see in game that well, but I'm going to just explain them to you, okay? And they are as follows. There's one called Call Unassigned Settlers, so it will summon all unassigned settlers in a settlement to follow you. So it's kind of like the where you ring the bell, but only unassigned settlers will come to you. There's one called Burn Baby Burn. It will burn all dead things in the settlement. Items in dead things will be transferred to your workshop. The Power of the General assigns unassigned settlers to unassigned resources, so it will do it automatically, and it will assign them in this priority: food, guard posts, shops, then workstations. Okay, and according to the description, it says the tool is unavailable until the Old Guns quest is completed, and also being hostile to the Minutemen will disable this tool, so keep that in mind. There's something called Enemy Spotted, automatically starts when a settlement is under attack, plays a noticeable sound on your Pip-Boy, and puts a quest flag on a target who is attacking the settlement. It adds in This Is My Bed. You can lock or unlock a bed in a settlement. Settlers will never sleep in the locked bed. If you sleep in a bed, it will automatically lock that bed as your one, and assigning a settler to the locked bed will unlock that bed. And finally, damaged resource tracking. It will mark all damaged resources with quest flags in a settlement. Okay, so there's a whole bunch of random tools in this mod, as well as all the other stuff like names, jobs, and other things. So it's a very, very handy tool. I'm sure it will get more things added to it eventually, but I will keep you up to date with that if that happens. The next one to go along with this is called Useful Settlers. This mod changes the level of the settlers to match the player. So if you're level 1, then your settlers are level 1. If you're level 100, then your settlers are level 100. And it's basically just to make sure that your settlers are better protected against being under attack. I believe this mod also adds in better weapons and armor for your settlers as well. So basically your settlers are far more useful now and better able to survive in your settlements using these two mods. Next we have a very quick and simple mod. It's called Generator Overhaul. The power of all the generators has been doubled and the materials needed to craft them have been also doubled. Okay, so this is a more balanced generator experience for your settlement. So a nice and simple one here, but I actually really enjoyed this mod. And if you want to know the exact changes, the small generator now puts out 6 instead of 3 power. The medium, 10 instead of 5. The large generator, 20 instead of 10. The windmill generator now puts out 6, one that I personally like because the windmill generators is one of my favorite ones to build. And the fusion generator now puts out 200 instead of 100. And all of the materials to build them has been doubled. We're going to look at 2 mods at once now, and it's Do It Yourself Clutter for shelves and bookcases. It's a really cool mod, and Build Your Own Vault mod. If we jump in game and head to our build menu, you can see straight off the bat here there is a brand new category for special. Okay, and it gives you this giant vault entrance here which you will need to build, and also you'll need to build the elevator. It's exactly the same as whatever Vault 111 is. It's around here somewhere. And you can build that, and you can build your own vault. Now there's quite a lot to this mod, and so I'm not going to go over it in this video, but I will, if a lot of you guys request it, make a separate video for that one. Okay, it does allow you to have a brand new area to go in your settlements. Okay, a brand new vault right in the middle, wherever you want to have it. Okay, so it's a really, really cool one, and I really enjoyed that. Next up is a really cool mod, and if we go all the way to furniture and along to Do It Yourself, okay, you get a whole bunch of cool stuff. You can build bookshelves, okay, and you get a category next to it called Clutter, and it will automatically fill in clutter onto your bookshelves, okay? So you can see here we filled this completely up with ammo. It just kind of lies around. It makes it look like your settlement is a lot more lived in, and it's going to be really cool for building things like stores and stuff where you can actually make it look like you have stuff on your shelves. Before this, if you were on console, you'd kind of have to place things on individually, and that came with its own problems. A lot of times things would just fall through the shelves. So it's a very cool mod, and it's definitely going to make your settlements, especially the interiors, look a lot more decorated. Alright, so we just have 2 mods to go, or 3 technically, which I will explain in a second. They're all kind of to do with the same thing. The first one is called Tidy Fallout. And it says, instead of allowing you to scrap individual items, the mod will automatically disable all the low-level trash when you take ownership of the settlements at workbenches. So basically, I would just clear away all of the low-level stuff that lies around and make your settlements look a lot more neat and tidy. You can see here from the pictures that it gets rid of a lot of the stuff that's just lying around on the ground. And that brings us on to our 2 final mods that are kind of the same thing. We have Scrap Fallout, which allows you to scrap a lot more of the stuff in game. So it says here you can now scrap things like walls, roads, bushes, trash heaps, and a lot more stuff. So that went really well with the other one, Clean in the Commonwealth, and it lets you clean any of the garbage you find in your settlement. It gives you the ability to scrap any of the garbage, bushes, and otherwise stack objects in the settlement. So basically these 2 things allow you to scrap pretty much anything you can find. And if we take a look in game, you can see that you can actually scrap a whole bunch of stuff. You can scrap pieces of road. So I'm going to do this and remember not to save it. So you want to be careful with doing some of this stuff because you won't be able to get this back if you scrap the road. You could scrap entire houses like that. You know, I just got rid of the walls in that house. And it will work for basically anything in any of the settlements. And also it will work outside of the settlements now because we have our borders extended. So we head all the way to the outside of Sanctuary. It doesn't let you scrap this bridge for obvious reasons because you need it to get into Sanctuary. But you can scrap things outside of the settlement like the road here. So just under the bridge. You know, the statue outside of Sanctuary. Let's get rid of that. and any of the trees in this area. The only problem I have though is this mod doesn't quite work with the extended build limit, because once you get to a certain area, so if we go like over here, we can still build, but eventually you'll stop being able to scrap things. You see, you can't scrap these trees, but we can still build in this area. So hopefully an update will come out at some point to better work with these two mods. But for now, it's still pretty cool. I think this mod has the benefits of getting rid of all the junk, and it will make your settlements a lot less laggy if you've got pretty big builds like I do. And it will also allow you to build in many more places which you couldn't build before. Like if you want to build somewhere where there's something in the way, you can now get rid of it. But anyway guys, that is it for the top 10 settlement mods. It's not all of the mods that you will need for settlements, but it's definitely the 10 best ones that are in the game so far. As more mods come out for this kind of subject, I will add them in as separate videos. There are some for resources, like better plants, better resources, that kind of thing. I might make a video on that if I can find 5 that are similar. But for now, the next video will be all about brand new things that you can build in your build menu. And there are quite a lot. I think I have 14 different things so far. I might round it down to 10, or I might just show you all 14. I haven't decided yet. But anyway guys, if you enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate the support as always. And I will see you guys all next time for more console mod videos. See you then guys.